me VIP. We put it all in your hands. Let's go. Started with a dream, now we changing the game. Every athlete got a shot, everybody know the name. Real money, yes, more than the fame. Build your future, protect your brand, elevate your lane. Parents in the hub, now the whole family's in. Knowledge is power, let the journey begin. Transfer portal, we got the roadmap. Compliance on lock, never fall in the trap. From the first whistle to the final play, we preparing champions every single
everyone,
day.
how you
If
doing,
you're chasing
man?
greatness, don't do it
We're here
alone.
for another very exciting On Me VIP podcast. We hope that your day is going well and everything's working out for you and that you're just in a really good place. So we're going to take about 15 minutes of your day, 15 minutes of your time, talk about a couple of things that are happening across the high school and college landscape when it comes to transfer portal and NIL and compliance issues. The first thing we're going to talk about is direct payments from colleges and coaches. We've entered a new era with the approval of the House versus NCAA settlement. Participating Division I schools can now provide direct financial benefits to student athletes, including payments connected to their name, image, and likeness. This does not mean every athlete will receive the same amount or receive a payment at all. Each school will determine how its funds, available funds, are distributed, and athletes and parents should ask whether or not a payment is guaranteed, how long it lasts, and what the conditions are attached to that, and what happens if the athlete transfers, becomes injured, or leaves the team. And here's a question for that one. Will direct payments create opportunities for athletes or widen the gap between the wealthy programs and the smaller schools? That's a very important question, when it comes to larger, the Power Fives. I mean, those guys got the bag, and we all know that. So, how, does the NCAA balance that out between those schools? So, again, that's a very important thing that we all need to pay attention to. And just because your kid is in the sixth, seventh, or eighth grade, you need to start paying attention to a lot of things that are happening right now, because pretty soon you're going to be thrust in the middle of it. And it's better to enter into something with some knowledge than to just come in rusty and not know nothing at all. So the second thing we want to talk about today is the NIL Go and Deal reviews. Certain third-party NIL agreements involving school-associated individuals or organizations may be reviewed through the NIL clearinghouse system. This goal is to determine whether a deal has a legitimate business purpose, includes real promotional work, or and offers compensation consistent with the athlete's market value. Athletes must understand that submitting a deal does not automatically mean it will be cleared. Does not automatically mean that. Agreements should clearly explain what the athlete will do, how the likeness will be used, and when the work must be completed, and how the payment will be made. Families should keep copies of contracts, emails, payment records, social media analytics, and evidence that the athlete completed the required work. Here's the question. Are athletes receiving enough education and support to navigate through the new NIL process? That's a big question. How aware are you as a parent? How aware is your student athlete of NIL policies? Things are changing. Every 2 or 3 weeks, there's something new that the NCAA is adding to or making an amendment to the transfer rule, to the NIL, to name, image, and likeness. So stay abreast. Read as much as possible. There's a lot of stuff online, but it's always nice to read so you can know for yourself. Because everybody that's saying that they got all this knowledge about what's happening and what's going on, sometimes people don't. People can tell you about winning rings, but sometimes they don't have them. So we just want to see you get the best that you can for your student athlete. The third thing, NIL. Uh, Not pay for play. NIL is not pay for play. Let me say that again. NIL is not pay for play. NIL compensation should be tied to an athlete providing something of legitimate value, such as appearing in an advertisement, posting sponsored content, signing merchandise, attending an event, or licensing their likeness. A payment cannot be disguised uh, for choosing a school or remaining on a team or producing certain stats. Promises based entirely on touchdowns, points, victories, or enrollment can create definite, serious compliant issues and concerns. Every athlete should be able to answer one simple question: what service am I providing in exchange for this money? What service am I providing in exchange for this money? If that answer is unclear, the agreement deserves a closer review. So here's the question for that: how can families distinguish a legitimate NIL opportunity from an improper recruiting promise? And those are the things that we need to pay attention to in this ever changing landscape. NIL, um, transfer rule, compliance, the whole digital athlete. We'll get back into some more of that digital athlete perspective on some of the upcoming podcasts. We'll have some guests going to, go back and forth. But, the thing that I want to press to you is to have knowledge of what's going on. Find yourself a good, solid, accredited situation to provide you with the answers to the questions that you have, and make sure that your student athlete is asking questions just as well. That's why we created On Me VIP. Answer all your questions. If not, we'll send you to the right person. So until our next podcast, you have a blessed day. Um, Read as much as you can, get as much knowledge as you can, get everything out of the game, because the game is going to get everything out of you. Thank you. Have a great day.
On me VIP. We put it all in your hands. Let's go. Started with a dream, now we changing the game. Every athlete got a shot, everybody know the name. New money, yes, more than the fame. Build your future, protect your brand, elevate your lane. Parents in the hub, now the whole family's in. Knowledge is power, let the journey begin. Transfer portal, we got the roadmap. Compliance on lock, never fall in the trap. From the first whistle to the final play, we prepare.